idea of saying for adding and subtracting rational functions right here, we had to get a common denominator. In this example right up here, guys, do we have a common denominator?
No.
No. So the first thing we said that we could do is we could, and we did a little different method yesterday, but this one here, I think that this one here is 100% effective for you guys right here. You remember this, talking about this yesterday? And Devin said jump, jump, right? Okay. So what I did here is we multiplied this rational function on the left by something in the form of 1. And over here on the right, we multiplied by a form of 1. Okay. Now, crisscrossing means take this denominator, 2x minus 4, and put it where? Okay. So I'm going to have 2x minus 4 over 2x minus 4. Okay. Then I've got to multiply all this over here by which denominator? In a form of 1.
X squared minus 3x plus 2.
Yeah, x squared, good, Chaser. X squared minus 3x plus 2. Now, kids, here's the deal. The denominator on the left side is going to be the 2x minus 4 times this trinomial, right? And over here on the right, it's going to be this trinomial times 2x minus 4. Have we established a common denominator now, kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me show you something real quickly. All right? Once you've crisscrossed, I'm going to try and throw a new method up here. Okay? I'm going to write expand and combine here, maybe. Okay? Now, guys, do you want to multiply all this out, or would you like a tool to maybe help you with that?
Probably helps.
2.
Okay, so yesterday I put a new one in after you guys left. I thought there's got to be something better. So you guys know where to go here, online resources and calculators, right? See this new link down here that says 6.4 calculator, CPM, College Prep Math 6.4 calculator? Hey. It's going to take you here. Okay, do you see these two buttons right up here that say expand and factor right here, kids? 6.4, yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I simply want to go through and simplify this as best I can. So here's what I need help with, kids. I need help with this. I want to multiply. I circle the minus sign so I can multiply the numerators on the left of the minus sign and the denominators on the left of the minus sign. Now notice I'm putting parentheses around any polynomial function like this. Okay. I think maybe you should do the same. And again, what did we get for an answer on this yesterday, by the way?
X squared plus 9x minus 3.
All over what?
2 times x minus 2.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by taking this 2x. We need to take, do you guys agree, we need to take 2x minus 4 times 5x minus 1 right here? So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to come into this calculator, and I'm going to type it in just like that. I'm going to go 2x minus 4. What was it times, kids? 5x minus 1? Okay, and go. So we're multiplying this out, or expanding it, in other words. You see what we get for an answer right here, kids?
10x squared minus 22x
10x squared minus 22x
plus 4.
plus 4. So that's what I'm going to put on the left there. 10x squared. $10x squared. What was it again there, Chase?
10x squared minus 22x plus 4.
Plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put parentheses around that. That was this times this. It was these two multiplied together right here. Okay. Now, what sign am I going to put in between here? What sign am I going to put between here? Now, this subtraction. So we're going to go minus. And now we're going to take this negative 2x minus 1 times. Is anybody in that calculator right now? Okay, you'll need to tell me what to type in. I'm going this times this now. So I'll go back here. Okay, I know the first one's negative 2x minus 1. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? X squared?
X squared minus 3x.
X squared minus
3x plus 2.
plus 2. Okay, and hit go. Guys, what do we get here for an answer?
Negative 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus x minus 2.
Okay, does everybody get where I'm getting these multiplied out at? I could make you multiply them all out, or you can use this tool. What do you think? This a little better?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you get to that?
So it's right here, and you're going to click on CPM 6.4 calculator there, okay? Good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you guys tell me what to write down here on the notes? Do you guys have that written down? Or it was negative 2x cubed.
I already forgot a second. 5x squared plus 5x squared maybe? No, forget.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's right. Oh, I'm right.
Minus x minus 2. Okay. Now, kids, here's what I'm going to do next. Guys, what's going to be true about the denominator on the left and the denominator on the right now? It's going to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a really big fraction bar here. And I'm going to go ahead and multiply these. So somebody remember the x squared minus 3x plus 2 for me, okay? And that's going to get multiplied to 2x minus 4. Oh, I've already got that in there. So I'm just going to go in here and change this first one to 2x minus 4. Okay, take a visual of that and tell me what you've got. Can you guys remember that for me?
2x cubed minus 10x
X squared. I'll remember that.
Okay, plus 16.
Okay, so my denominator, my common denominator was 2x squared, is that right? 2x cubed.
Yeah. Minus 10x squared.
Plus 16x minus 8.
Okay, I just want to back up here, kids, okay? I know that these are lengthy problems right here, but first question, do you understand the crisscross part first?
Yes.
Okay, and where can you go to perform some of these operations now? That new calculator, right? To multiply those polynomials together. Okay. Now the next part is to expand. We've kind of expanded each part right here. Now we've got to do what with our terms?
Combine.
Okay, now keep in mind, kids, this minus sign out front is going to do what to everything inside of this set of parentheses?
Make it
Okay, let's work to write this top in polynomial form, standard polynomial form. So the minus a negative 2x cubed would make this a positive 2x cubed up top, right? So that's gone. Okay, I've got 10x squared minus 5x squared now.
5x squared.
Okay, so this is gone along with this, right? I would have negative 22x minus a negative 1x, so really plus 1x. So wouldn't that be minus?
21x.
So this is gone along with this, right? And you've got 4 minus negative 2, which is what? Okay.
All over that.
Okay, now kids, once we've got this expanded and combined right here, probably going to want to check to see if we can do what now?
Simplify.
Okay, now simplifying, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to that same calculator. Normally I've been having you go to Math Papa. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, we can use that same new calculator we got. We're going to try and simplify now. So factor the top, factor the bottom, see if anything does what?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what happens here. So in the top here, I'm going to make a little room here. So I'm going to go over here to my calculator. Now I'm going to type in, do you guys have, remember what's up top? 2x cubed, 5x squared, minus 21x, 6. So 2, 5, negative 21, 6. 2, 5, negative 21, 6. Okay, I can do this. I'm going to type that in just like this. 2x to the what? Plus, was it 5x squared?
Yeah.
Oop. Oh, I don't remember.
Minus 21.
Plus 6. Okay. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on, friends, I'm going to click on factor right here, okay? Oh, I didn't want to do that. I gotta type this whole thing in again. Gosh darn it.
Control Z.
I tried that. So I'm gonna click on factor here first. Okay, and then what was it? 2x to the third.
Plus 5x. Minus 21x. Plus 6.
Okay, what does it give me, kids? X minus 2 times 2x squared plus 9x minus 3, right? So I'm right here. This becomes equal to x minus 2 times 2x squared. Do you remember it? It's minus 3. I think it was plus 9x, wasn't it? We'll go look. Yep, right down here, right? Okay, are you good with that? Then we better also factor the what? Okay, so I'm going to click over here. I'm going to clear this out. I want to factor this. We're not expanding now. We're not multiplying. We're factoring. We're going to factor, what's the denominator right now? Anybody know? Okay, then. 2x to the third. Can you remember that?
2x to the third minus 10x squared plus 6x minus 2. I can remember that.
2 negative 10, 16 negative.
Okay, so here, you ready? 2x to the third. I know that.
Minus 10.
Negative 10.
Oh,
Oop.
oh no, it's right.
Negative 10. X squared. Alright, go back now. I need to see the second half.
Short-term memory, eh?
Yeah,
Plus 16x minus 8?
Me and Chase both forgot.
That's all right. I forget every day. And if bad things happen to you, you forget about them all the time, right?
Yeah.
See? What does factor down into, kids? 2 times what?
X minus 1, x minus 2 squared.
Okay, so 2x minus 2. So this is going to factor into, here we go, 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, top to bottom, anything going to cancel here? X minus 2 is gone. Guys, what did we get for an answer yesterday?
That
2x
exact same
squared
thing.
plus 9x minus 3 over 2 times x minus 2 times x minus
Same thing, right?
2.
Guys, I think I want you going this route, and here's why. I just think it's a lot easier to know a method instead of trying to figure out, do I just go to the least common denominator? So this method right here, kids, is this. It's kind of like this. You're going to crisscross, you're going to expand, and then what were we doing to simplify stuff to get things to cancel out? The simplify should actually be simplified by using what?
Whatever that calculator.
Yeah, that calculator, but what were we doing in that calculator?
Factor.
Okay, so crisscross them first. You get the crisscross part first here in the form of 1. Okay, and then expand all that out. Use that calculator to expand your products. Get yourself in simplest form down here, or get yourself at least in a simplified form. And then last step is to factor the numerator and denominator to see what does what to each other. Cancels out. Okay, if you can follow that method, I think it'll be okay. And we talked about that yesterday, so I feel confident that you kind of have a pretty good idea on what's going on there. Okay. Now, I don't know why in example 5 they talk about this again. We've already done this right here, kids. You remember back in section 6.2 we had some rational functions that were written like this, and we said divide them out to the form a over x minus h plus k. So h was like your vertical asymptote, and k would have been your horizontal asymptote. Remember doing that? So just a quick review on this again, kids. Rewrite the function 5x plus 13 over x plus 2 in this form. So really, what operation do we have to perform? Yeah, help me out with that, kids.
Where's the x plus 2?
Okay, so we're looking at the x and the 5x. So how many times will x go into 5x? Okay, and then multiply. This would be 5x plus 10, wouldn't it, friends? Okay, we subtract what the 5x is supposed to do to each other if we've done this correctly.
Cancel.
Yep. Cancel out, and then 13 minus 10 would be? So your remainder is how much?
3
Over x plus 2.
So this would really be in that form, a over x minus h plus k form. This would really be 3 over what?
X plus 2.
Plus what value?
5.
Okay, now it says describe the graph of the transformations. Well, guys, this 3 is a vertical stretch of 3. This is going to go left how many units? And then up what? Okay, so the description would be vertical stretch of my parent function 1 over x, if you will, by a scale factor of 3. What did you say the x plus 2 is going to make that original parent function going to do? Left how many units?
2.
And then up what?
5.
Okay, so we've done that. You've seen that before. Do you recall that again? It's going to show up a little bit again. And the reason it's showing up again is because we're going to see it again in the next section. So we should be good there. Okay? Okay. All right, last page. We started out talking about what kind of fractions yesterday in our vocabulary. It's like a fraction over a what? But this is even worse because this is a fraction over
Fraction.
addition of 2 fractions, right? Okay. I'm going to make this, I'm going to rewrite this whole problem, okay? And I'm going to move it way to the left. I think you should do it too. Okay, so this is going to become what is the following? 6 over x minus 2. I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to change my colors here, okay? All right, how do you handle complex fractions? Well, first of all, if there's any addition or subtraction of fractions going on, you need to make sure that you have a common what with them?
Denominator.
Are there any fractions where we're either adding or subtracting?
Yeah.
Where? In the top or bottom? Okay, in the bottom. So the first thing you're going to ask yourself about those 2 fractions in the bottom is this. Do those 2 fractions in the bottom have a common denominator? No. So that means we should do what? Crisscross them. Here we go. So I'm going to multiply everything over here on the left by what over what? X over x. What am I going to multiply everything over here by?
X minus 2 over X minus 2.
Now, kids, I could go to that calculator that we just used to multiply everything out. This one's pretty easy. Okay. So here's what we're left with. This becomes the following. Okay. Anything I can do with the top just yet? Not yet. Okay, so I'm going to call this 6 over what, kids?
6 over X minus 2.
Okay. And then this, my friends, is all going to be over. All right, help me on the bottom. What's x times 1 going to get you?
X.
And then bring what sign over? Plus. Okay, help me distribute right here.
3x minus 6.
And then this is all over. Guys, I think you should leave your common denominator like this. Leave this as x. Well, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna expand it. I'm gonna call it x squared minus 2x. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. I have a fraction over another what, kids?
Fraction.
Okay, and I should change the color of this so you can see that better. Guys, when you have a fraction divided by another fraction, that's really the same, and dividing by a fraction is really the same as multiplying by what? Reciprocal, right? So would you guys then agree that this is now the following? Right here, would you agree that this is now, okay, up top is still the same, 6 over what?
X minus 2.
Okay, so this is going to be 6 over x minus 2
Times reciprocal.
times the reciprocal down here. Now guys, what would go up top now?
X squared minus 2x.
So times. I'll show you something here in a second. How about this x and 3x? Could this add up here to what? 4x minus what?
6.
Okay. We've done stuff like this. This is all multiplication and division from the previous section, so we try to factor each part. Can 6 be factored any further?
Yes. No.
Can x minus 2 be factored any further? times, friends. Could I take an x out of both of those?
Yeah.
X times what?
X minus
Oh, that's interesting. Anything I can take out of 4x minus 6?
2.
Take a 2 out, right? 2 times what?
X minus 2.
Let's talk, kids. Anything canceling now by multiplication?
X minus 2.
X minus 2's are gone. How about 6 divided by 2? What is that?
3.
So this is gone, and this is now what? What's left up top?
3x. And then over x minus 2. Right.
Guys, and this right here, I didn't really have to do anything with the top because it was a single fraction, right? Down here, we had to manipulate a little bit. We had to get common denominator. Do you understand why I multiplied this side by x over x?
Yeah.
You understand why I multiplied this by x minus 2 over x minus 2? We kind of put the things together to get a fraction over a common denominator fraction. Once I have one fraction over one fraction like this, we turn this into multiplication of the what? Reciprocal. And then we went through and factored some things out in each part of the fraction, both the numerators and the denominators, saw what canceled, and you were on your way. Okay? Guys, I envision that we're probably going to need a little time to work on this. I don't know if anybody started big ideas yesterday. How many problems are in that, by the way? 7? Okay, so make sure you get into that and do that. Okay? I do have a short quick quiz. However, I don't know if I grabbed them from the office. Anybody want to make a field trip to the office and go pick those up for me?
Not honestly.
I'll go to the office.
Go to the office. I have some copies waiting down there. You guys have any questions on big ideas while we're waiting for Abby to get those
No,
copies
but I
right
have
now?
a question about the
Come on, hurry up.
Okay. The take-home quiz, if you want to make corrections to that, turn that in soon. Tomorrow will be a workshop for you guys on this. There's about like 6 or 7 more problems tomorrow on this stuff. If you want to, guys, you see those whiteboards up there? I know there's not a ton of room to work on some of the things you're doing. So if you want to put your work on a workboard with one of those dry erase markers, feel free to do that, okay? So here's your priority right now. I'll get you the quick quiz here in a second. Big Ideas is due tomorrow night at midnight, and tomorrow will be kind of a work day on a practice with this stuff, okay? Want the good news? We only have one more section to go in Chapter 6 after this. Fairly easy, okay? This last section, fairly easy. And after that, we'll get a Chapter 6 test out of the way. And then I'm thinking like that last week before the trimester ends, I want to spend some time kind of reviewing some ACT practice tests with you guys, if you're okay with that. Just to kind of give you an idea of what you can see someday when you, I don't know, have they given you any stuff like that? Anybody ever given you stuff like that? Okay. Once we're done with Chapter 6, we're done. Okay. So we got one more section, a Chapter 6 test, and then whatever time we have left, I'm probably going to use those days as an ACT type review for some of the things you might see in math or kind of expect to see on the math ACT if you're planning on taking that. Okay? Sound like a plan, kids? Don't all be so excited. Maybe you need to settle down a little bit. All right? Okay. When Abby gets back, have Abby hand out those quick quizzes to you, and that'll be your first priority, okay? Guys, good on that? Oh, make sure you check JMC too. That's all up to date. Alrighty then.
My first one was fine. And I went for the second one. I did 2 sections. That was the last round. And I dropped it once.